Maggie, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
A pleasure.
Well, first of all, for our viewers that might not be as familiar with the National Organization for Marriage as you would, of course, like them to be, give us maybe just the very brief Reader's Digest version of what your organization is.
Our mission is fighting to protect marriage and the faith communities that sustain it. We're the largest, in fact, the only single-issue organization fighting both at the state and the national level to protect marriage. The Washington Post called us the preeminent national organization. I like to say that's our official mission statement, but I like to say we fight gay marriage and win.
Well, there you go. And you've been, of course, attempting to do that here in New York State.
We were very involved in 2009. We helped beat back gay marriage bills in the bluest states in the nation, in Maryland and Rhode Island this spring. And right now, it's, as you know, it's D-Day for marriage here in New York, and we're going full cylinders, reaching out to voters, letting them know what the politicians in Albany are up to, and asking them to call their senators. Speak now. We've got 24 hours to stop this thing, and it is winnable. It's not a done deal.
Sure. And has the organization been doing the lobbying efforts and things like that in Albany as well, speaking directly to lawmakers?
We haven't done a lot of that. I mean, what we mainly do is reach out to voters and get them to call, because we think that's the only thing that's going to stop this. I really do think, I think that marriage is unique for a reason. It's important to protect marriage. This bill will not protect the religious organizations or individuals or small businesses from a flood of litigation. It won't protect parents' rights to what their children are taught in public schools about marriage. So there's a lot of problems with this bill. But in addition, it's a really bad idea for the Republican majority in the Senate to be doing Mayor Bloomberg and Andrew Cuomo's bidding on this. I think it's going to be a political disaster for the Republican Party in New York. That's their lookout, right? I think they should do the right thing on principle, but I just think realistically a vote for gay marriage that the Republicans will be responsible for, because they control the chamber, is not going to be good for them.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people have said it might be, sort of political suicide for a lot of people who are, and especially those who have, kind of here at the last moment changed their minds on the issue. Losing Conservative Party support in the state of New York.
Mike Long's leadership has been huge. There was a group of pastors just yesterday on the steps of City Hall who are generating thousands of calls. And one of the guys who stood with them was David Tyree, the NFL giant. I just came from interviewing, actually. He's a fabulous man. There's a real outpouring here, as we've seen in other states. And NOM has promised to spend $1 million to go after all of the GOP senators who vote for gay marriage. We think it's wrong, and we think that they will regret it if they do.
Sure. Now you spoke about possible implications and fears about what this legislation would mean if it's passed and signed into law in the state of New York. Aside from that, why is New York here and now such a critical time and place for you to be doing the work that you're doing?
Listen, passing gay marriage is not high on the priority list of anyone but a small number of politicians and the base of the Democratic Party. I mean, it's amazing that after 2 years ago, this legislation was rejected when Democrats controlled the Senate. It's amazing that we're even having to spend time on this when New York has so many other urgent problems. And I don't think that there is any, marriage is unique and special for a reason. It's based on the natural family. There's nothing discriminatory about it. There's no right to redefine marriage, especially without a vote of the people. I think Archbishop Dolan had a wonderful statement on this, many wonderful statements, but one of them was, he said, I think God settled the question of what marriage is a long time ago, and it's really not up to Albany to redefine it. I don't think Albany polls have the standing to redefine marriage, morally speaking.
If it does pass, and if it is signed into law, what does NOM do at that point?
Well, I think we'll do the same thing that we're doing in New Hampshire, where they passed a gay marriage bill. They rammed it through without a vote of the people. And we helped elect a whole new House and Senate. And we believe that they're going to vote later this year to repeal same-sex marriage. So that's our full intention. We really don't believe this is the priority of the people of New York, and I think that we are going to stand here for the rights of parents, for the rights of people who think to make a marriage you need a husband and wife, and we're not going to give up on this fight.
All right, well, Maggie Gallagher with the National Organization for Marriage, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.